All right, now what I originally wanted to talk about. Welcome in. But I just did that long video of it was basically a gratitude thank you video, and I didn't even realize that that's what it was, but that's what it was. So what I originally wanted to speak about was this. I'm doing personal readings. I'm doing love readings right now, and I'm looking things that are coming up within these love readings is like this. Like I feel like I want to speak about this. I want to speak on it, right? So relationships are happening before you realize it. Relationships are very vibrational based, very frequency based, very resonant, right? We are already in, if that makes sense, vibrationally. Like, okay, for instance, a lot of mothers say that they feel that they become mothers before it happens, or when people before they meet like their life partner or whatever, they say that they felt like something was on the way or whatever, and that's because we all have that antenna in us. We all have that. Well, if we honor it, we all have, and even just the universe sending signs and synchronicities that okay, you're on this frequency, right? The signs is just like this is the frequency that you're on, so that's why you're getting them, right? So energetically, and we can play with this idea or whatever, because things don't have to be set in stone, whatever, but I feel that energetically you can already start to be, or I don't want to say in a commitment, I'm not, because commitments is like you have to say that, right? Energetically you can start to become one or on the frequency with someone before you on the same frequency with someone before you even meet them. Okay, and that's why a lot of relationships don't work, because they're on two different wavelengths. It's literally like if you put a negative and a negative magnet together, can't nothing happen, right? If you put a positive and a positive, it's like can't nothing happen. So there has to be, whether, because positive and negative is almost like the opposites attract, right? It could be opposite on the outside, I don't know, but energetically them things gotta sync up, right? Energy is what keeps atoms together. It's what holds particles together, right? And energy is what holds us together, basically, ultimately. So, and look, the yin card is here, which is the energy of attraction. So, relationships are happening before we even realize it, right? You are loving yourself, preparing yourself, focusing on yourself, right? They're over there doing the same thing, and that's like when the frequencies start capitulating. I like the word capitulating. I don't even know if I'm using that right, okay? But because I think capitulation is like when sound bounces off, so then maybe whatever, or it oscillates, whatever. So the thing is, when you're working on yourself or whatever, you and whoever, you don't even know them yet. They working on themselves, they healing their childhood, their trauma, they building their life, they working out, they eating right, they doing all this, you doing all that or whatever. It's like you are working your way up to the same frequency, right? And so it's almost as if like whether it is spatial, whether it's like on a physical location level, it's like, oh, okay, well now, boom, we see each other in the physical, or if it's online, because folks do online dating, I don't believe in that shit, but, safety is first, that's how I feel, but, whatever. Capricorn Venus, I'm traditional in that way, I'm just, I'd rather know somebody that knows somebody and that knows somebody, to where it's like, somebody can vouch for this motherfucker, because I don't know you from a can of paint, right? But anyway, what all I just want to say is like you can be like, things can already be in the works when it comes to like your love life or whatever on a universal energetic scale, right? And you have no idea. But that's what I'm saying. Always remain open and be positive, I guess you could say, energetically, and not stifle yourself or whatever. That could be in anything, but just for relationship. And again, man, when you've gone through heartbreak, hurt, pain, grief, loss, trauma, abuse, goddamn DV, or domestic violence, mental violence, whatever the hell, verbal abuse, whatever it is, okay? It is hard. Or if you grew up in an environment and you saw that, right? It is hard to open yourself up, or if you saw that in your mind, your experience growing up is like marriages don't work. And y'all know me, I'm gonna keep it a buck and I'm gonna keep it 100. I've only seen like my grandparents' relationship be very solid and great, and before they passed, I sat and talked to my grandmother about being a wife, about being a mother. I talked to my grandfather about what a man is, what a man is supposed to be. You know, even at that time, I would go talk to my papa about my dating life and be like, Papa, and he'd be like, well, what's good? And I'm like, man, it didn't work out. Like, that's how I was. But again, they say that Capricorn people, I got like 5-6 planets in Capricorn, and they say that they hang out with people that's much older than them. All of my boyfriends have been older than me. It's just, I don't know if it's like a maturity thing or whatever. I don't know, but they say that, and a lot of them are mature and stuff like that. They're like the most mature one in the room most times. But they say that they gravitate towards people that are older. Saturn is connected to age and wisdom and maturity. So they hang out with people that are much older than them. And all of that. But anyway, I would sit and talk to my grandfather, my grandmother about these things or whatever. And they would give me like that solid and sound advice that you just take with you, you know, for the rest of your life. Like my grandmother was like, don't bring your friends around your husband. And bruh, that's true. Even in 2022, that's true, you know. But anyway, yes, they had a beautiful, beautiful relationship and marriage. But as far as, you know, my parents and my mom's siblings and my dad's siblings, you know, I've never really just seen marriages kind of work. And I've been very open and honest about how I go back and forth, but a lot of times, majority of my life, I have said, like, I don't really connect with, or I don't, you know, it's a little hazy for me in terms of if I believe in the institution of marriage. And again, that's what I'm saying. Like, in this message of preparing yourself, like, don't always be worried about your love life, because things could be happening. Even like, you can be preparing and be vibrationally syncing with someone new and you don't know it. You see? So like, always being energetically open and all this stuff. But I'm speaking on how it's hard sometimes to be in that energy because of what you was raised up on, what you saw, right? So I think that I have internalized some in some way in a bit, and I'm trying to break down and process it, of like, do I believe in the institution of marriage, right? And again, I'm an Aquarius woman, I'm a Sagittarius rising. Both signs love their freedom, and you know, it is what it is. But I am breaking down those things, right? Because I believe that you can have a hell of a, maybe I shouldn't say hell, but I believe that you can have, let me see, I'm going to pick my word. An exceptional, beautiful, like, positive, healthy love, and you don't have to be married. But the marriage part comes in when it comes to the societal aspects of, like, you want to put this person on your insurance. You know what I mean? If this person, you know, an accident happens or whatever, it's the paperwork. You know, it's the paperwork. Marriage is a business commitment. Okay, that's another thing. You can take on somebody else's debt, child. You can do, it's, you know, it's a lot. And so, and then, you know how people say, oh, the prenup and just all this stuff and just that and the third, whatever, because I don't want to take it down that route. But what I'm saying is, when your life has reflected that relationships may not be, and that's why I believe in being transparent, that relationships are toxic, or they may not be the greatest, or whatever, right? Or they just don't work out, or men ain't shit, how people think, and women ain't shit, and somebody got messed over in a high school, and now they just a jerk to everybody, you know. Because men got to do that healing too, you know. Men, they seek pussy for confidence for some reason, and or like how they buy new cars and stuff like that. It's just like to make them feel big. It's they go towards the ego stuff. Women do ego stuff too, but I'm just saying how it shows up. And I kind of briefly, well, not briefly, I in depthly talked about the divine masculine healing, and I've been meaning to do the divine feminine healing reading or whatever, because when it comes to twin flame stuff, it's not just about, oh, it's romanticized and oh, and all of this stuff. Your twin flame can go off and get married to somebody else. You know, folks got their own soul journey and their own soul lessons. It's not always about getting this person over here and ownership of a whole soul and a whole being. It's not about any of that shit, you know. Divine feminine, I believe that the world will be healed when we tip the scales from toxic masculinity on a collective consciousness level to a divine feminine energy. When the divine feminine rises again, and I actually did a video about that. When the divine feminine rises again, I feel like the world will be in a much better place when we are we're more about accepting each other. You know, we're not going heads up with each other. We're not trying to abuse each other or hurt each other. We're not in competition. We're not in the energy of lack. You know, oh, I got to go steal. I got to take this. I got to fight for this. Nah, baby, it's abundance. You ain't got to fight for nothing. It's abundance. It's already out here. It's in the energetic field. You just need to reach out and get the shit, or vibrationally reach out and get the shit, you know. And on a earthly scale, we have to do the work to reach that. And that's why discipline is hard and all this stuff, right? But anyway, because we talking round and round now, or I'm talking round and round. We have these things where, like me, I just be like, bruh, like if somebody was to ask me to marry them, I would have to go into like soul search, like that would have to be a in-depth conversation before the proposal happens, because and I'm a very truth and honest person, so I don't like surprises either, and so that would have to be a conversation of like, we would have to already have spoken about just philosophies on marriage and what that is and all of that, you know, or whatever, what a family unit looks like, or whatever the heck, like that would have to be a conversation before just a bust out of a proposal, right? Because I don't want to say I struggle with that, but because I don't want to claim that, I just want to break down, like I believe in relationships coming together and being in love and all of that and having the intention and working towards it and everything, but I feel like the paper, the institution of it, the let me see, because I be fucking on my words sometimes. When you institutionalize, there we go, I'm just gonna say it, I'm just gonna put it out, I don't know, sometimes I be getting tripped up on my words. When you do that to relationships, it becomes restricted and confined, and it needs to be this, and then this is the role, and you have to take on this role, and this is what a father does, this is what a woman does, this is what a wife does, this is what it becomes very role-y, you know, of societal, you know. I'm just like, no, you make your relationship whatever it is, and that's it. You want to put it on paper, then you put it on paper because of business aspects, ownership. It's just, to me, it's the business part of it, and that's why people need to know what the heck they signing up for. That's any damn contract outside of marriage, just any contract, right? Of just knowing, like, because contracts are agreements, whatever. That's how we say in this world, in this 3D physical realm that we're in at this time. That's how we say, this is what I'm I'm honoring this. This is the agreement, and this is what is what, you know. And that's how that is here. But you know, I don't know, I'm still trying to work through that. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. that would be me preparing, I guess, in a sense, because if I was to become married or whatever, that's something that I got to work through. And so I may be working through that and preparing for that and don't even know it. So it's like, continue to work on yourself, to love on yourself, to build yourself, to do whatever. And that's, for me, I just feel like my life has been, up until this point, I've invested a lot in myself spiritually, and that's where the fruit is shown. And because of my beliefs and my foundation, my spiritual foundation and my pillars, it navigates me through the world and making certain decisions in the world in terms of like building things up, right? So for me, I wanted to know what I was here for first, before I set out and just really build up something like substantial or big, because I never wanted to, and again, I saw that growing up. I never wanted to build a foundation and then for it to crumble and then you go and like build it up again, which again, that could be life, But as an Aquarius woman, I was just like, no, I want to really, and Aquarius is all about being unique and all of that to yourself. And so I really wanted to just go toward what my soul calls me to do. Not necessarily if like, oh, I'm gonna go be a doctor because that's a 6-figure job or whatever. I've never been like that. I wanted to be clear first on like, God, what am I here for? What am I supposed to do? And then that has just been my life, and that has been unfolding for me, and all of that. So that's where you see my fruit in, right? Of what I've invested in. It's my spiritual journey and my spiritual connection. And one day I hope to maybe put it in layman's term, or and I've been working on something, but just in a very clear, concise way as to how you can better connect with God, the source. And it would not be something that's like religious, I guess. It would be more of like, this is how you connect to God, and this is the way that I know to connect to God. Like that. But anyway, this message is about remaining energetically open, doing the work, and when you're breaking down your trauma and your experiences with love, and what your framework around what you think love is, and if you want that, and even I hate to talk about manifesting in love, because y'all know I actually stopped doing love readings on this channel, and I just brought them back. But I don't believe in manifesting a specific person. I don't believe in love spells. I don't believe in using witchcraft on people. I don't believe in any of that. That is the opposite of what I believe in. I believe that you do not infringe on anybody's free will, right? So folks got to make their own decisions, and that's it. You calling on somebody, manifesting somebody by name and all that stuff, you don't even know. And I believe that you cannot manifest someone who does not want you, because energetically it's dissonance. It's not resonance, it's dissonance, right? So, and I've also seen like videos and stuff of people saying like they trying to manifest somebody, and the person come back and just literally, like one girl, she was manifesting this guy, right? He came back and just totally went off on her because his energy, his soul was just, his spirit was aggravated by this particular energy, and that's all he knew. So yeah, she brought him back and got her ass cussed out, right? And so it's like, you're trying to manipulate and play with energy, and it's just like, energy oscillates. It's always, you set a negative intention on somebody, energy is transmutable. It can totally be transmuted and used for positive, and that's just what it is. And folks putting all this energy into doing this, and the whole time it's being transmuted into the way that God wanted to go or whatever, right? So it's just God's will for me. But the thing is, like, we don't have to be in that energy of trying to, I don't really talk about manifestation and love in the love department, because people are trying to manifest specific folks, and I don't ever want to be in that energy, even being accidentally taught teach or whatever somebody to do this. No, it's like I don't want to have anything to do with that, right? But you do need to sit down and get clear on like, and it's crazy. That's the mind-boggling thing about life. Is like if you sit down and you be like, what do I want? That's kind of daunting. Like if you sit down and be like, and that's a part of manifesting, bro. Like you have to sit down and be like, this is what I want. All right. And then, but you have to also, there's so many things. There's so many ways that things could play out. There's so many things that you can manifest. There's unlimited possibilities here, right? And so it's a little daunting. Well, that's how I think. You kind of look out to the universe and you're like, all of this, it's abundance. All of this is here, right? All of this is here. So it's like, oh, man, I need to watch my words, or man, I need to watch what I'm writing down, or watch what I'm thinking, because, oh, man, it's just so much, right? And I think that's how we should be. We should be looking at the world like, oh, my God, it's a cornucopia. You know, it's like on, what's that doggone, that movie? Shit. What is it called? The odds are forever in your favor. That movie with the girl, and they had factions or something like that. What is that? You know what? I don't know. But y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they had the cornucopia that was in the middle of the thing. And actually, okay, well anyway, they had the cornucopia in the middle of the thing, and they had to go and it was actually the opposite of, they had to fight for, which is operating in lack, but the cornucopia is like the universe, right? It's the cornucopia. It's like just go up, grab it, or connect. How we go up and grab shit in the universe is just putting our frequency up there to it, you know? So anyhow, that's even in love, you know, manifesting in love is like write out the characteristics you want in a person. And when they show up, like it's like the energy of like, don't be praying and asking God for, you know, whatever you want, and then it show up and then you're like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's like, no, don't do that. But you know, whatever, you know, just it's lessons, whatever. But you can say these are the characteristics that I want. You can even in detail in terms of like physicality and all that stuff. I'm not a very physical person, just in general. Like, I need to work on the earth element in general. It's just my thing. You know, that's what I have to work on. But I don't connect to people on a so I don't know if you would. I think they call it like a demisexual or something like that. I'm connected to the spirit in people. Like, I'm connected to like the energy within people. I'm not. It's like the physical for me. Like, I've talked to or dated skinny guys, thick guys. Like, I'm not like a shallow or vain person by no means. And I don't like that about society. I really do not like that about society right now, of how, yes, I love aesthetics and art and beauty and all of that, but the way that they turn that is just not great. You know, I don't like that. It's, you know, it's the reason why, you know, young girls and stuff like that, even grown women, you know, are battling with confidence and self-esteem and all of that. This is what you're supposed to look like. This is what your body is supposed to. You're supposed to go on the surgery table and your hips are supposed to look like 2 watermelons sitting on the side. Like, no. You know, God already made us and created us, and you know, that's a decision for folks to make. You know, and it's no judgment, but I just wouldn't. You know, and that's just, you know, God created us how we are for a reason, and we also do not know the latent effects of like putting watermelons on your hips. So I don't know. Anyway, yeah, be or try to be or whatever. Just know that like a lot of things could be happening in the energetic field before you even realize it. But if your energy is like still stuck on an ex, or still trying to hold on and cling on to safety, or what is safe, whatever. And it's funny because I'm a person, like, everybody, even my family be like, girl, you get on my nerves, because I will scream safety first no matter where we are. Like, if we're in an airplane, if we're like at a water park, or if we are like getting out the car, going to the mall, like, I'm like, bitch, safety is first. Like, I don't even know, like, because that don't feel right, that don't look right, that don't, like, I'm just hyper sensitive like that. And so I am a person, because I am hypersensitive, I am a person that's like, okay, it has to be safe. But so I have to grow out of that too. But I'm a very safety first type person. And sometimes if we let that grow and expand, and it's just like, okay, so now you're playing a little too safe, you know. And, you know, anyway, take a risk, whatever. But relationships are happening before you realize it. You could be preparing for your husband, your wife, baby, your soulmate, your twin flame, your life partner, whatever you want to title it, whatever, you know. You could be preparing for them at this moment, and you kind of don't know. But then when you meet that person or whatever, then you're like, and you both share your story or get to know each other, you're like, oh my God, at that time I was doing the exact same thing or whatever, you know. So yeah, and I always tell people, if you're looking for love, you gotta be in the energy of love. It just, in a general sense, you know. I guess we can talk agape love, but you know, it's just like, you gotta be an energy of like love. Everything you doing is out of love, and that's how you gravitate towards almost like the love or the energy that is on your vibration. And when people aren't of that, they end up falling off. Because like, there are some people who, they can come in and they can be like attracted to you, and then they start to oscillate in their vibration to where it's like, okay, at one point y'all were on the same frequency and they done dropped off, and then that's like they try to come back and they done dropped off. So that's like that person's preparation, they not done with their preparation for you specifically, right? Or for your vibe or your energy specifically, and that's, it is what it is, right? And that's a part of the soul's path and journey and just all of that. So, because some people can oscillate off of your frequency and then dip down when they're operating out of their lower self, or I guess you could say lower self, whatever. They're just not on that vibe, and they can go in and out. But that person has to commit to the vibe that they want to be in, aka the life that they want to lead, and the life that they want, or the energy that they want to sit in. You know, that's a personal, again, free freaking will. Y'all, I really be trying to stop cussing, and it's something, I don't know. I'm just having these lessons, these moments. I don't know. I think it's I don't know if it's a southern thing or a traditional thing, but I be cussing my ass off, and I'm trying. I don't know. I be trying. That's all I can say. It's just, I don't know. I be getting passionate about what I be talking about, and then I just be starting cussing. I don't know. But that's just what this is about. And I don't want to be repetitive, because I can be. So that's it. That's it, man. You could already be in a resonance of like a relationship, and you ain't got no idea. Because you ain't supposed to know, right? Because sometimes when somebody pops up, they become the distraction, you know? And I always tell people, stop putting folks on a pedestal, baby. When you don't make nobody your God. And I'm serious about that, because we talk about, what is that, like idolatry, and, you know, you're not supposed to worship men and figurines and deities and stuff like that. Well, that's just what I believe. But I don't even know if I would call her a deity, but I have noticed that I am connected to my aunt's energy. But again, I'm of air energy, of Aquarian energy, of about truth, balance, and justice, and all of that. So that is, and you know, it's rumored that the 10 Commandments came from them laws, you know. So, and even the whole Mary Jesus, all of that is connected to, it's like a repeat, or a spin off of Egyptian, what's it called? Spirituality or religion, or like, you know, Ra and Horus and all of that. So, you know, whatever. But anyway, when people try to manifest folks, baby, that's worshiping. Okay? That's you putting your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, you putting your time and your effort towards a specific human being, baby. That's worship. Okay? That ain't what folks are supposed to be like doing. Like, you know what I mean? For me, that's what I feel. I feel like you apply that energy in your life to manifest like the life that you want. That's the tools. But to me, that's abusing the tools. You know, that's abusing the tools. In terms of you, and also that's in alignment with your own desires, your own selfish desires, and your own feelings and emotions. And when I tell you feelings and emotions are temporary, you know, you ain't supposed to be, I feel, you ain't supposed to be manifest, oh, I want this person right now. And then when they come towards you and you see the dark side or the ugly spots, or they become imperfect in your eyes, now you don't want them. You know, now you don't want to manifest that anymore. Shouldn't have been manifesting that shit in the fucking first place, right? God's will. What is for you is for you. What is not is not. And that's okay. Letting that go, you know. That's why the Bible say, lean not on your own understanding. Because your own understanding, sometimes your humanistic, your feelings, your desires, your emotions, your lust, your whatever, can lead you down the wrong freaking path, right? So, yeah. Everything is vibration. Everything is energy, baby. Everything. But be intentional in everything that you do. Lord Jesus. But that's what I'm saying with you putting all this energy and effort and stuff, and you trying to, that's like worshiping a person, you know. You do not put nobody on no pedestal. I tell people, baby, I'm regular. I shit, okay? I know that may be TMI, but for real, I'm a regular ass person. You a regular ass person. Celebrities are regular ass people. Get folks off of these pedestals, okay? I don't give a damn how much money they got, what they talking, what they look like, what the logistics and the numbers is. Everybody is a human being first, okay? We're spiritual beings having a human experience, but bro, we humans. Stop putting these people on these damn pedestals, and you thinking you not enough and all of this stuff. Ain't nobody better than me, and I ain't better than no damn body, you know. But sometimes that happens in these relationships, and then that's when you get into self-sacrificing. Again, like I said, that's you worshiping a person. We ain't supposed to be doing that. That's idolatry, not adultery. Idolatry. You put in someone, idolizing, you know. Only person you're supposed to worship is God, baby. And that's just that on that. But anyway, your relationships, that's a lot of them is happening before you even realize it. So, you know, just being that energy, just kind of being open and whatever. And again, I'm kind of speaking to the choir. A lot of what I do is just like, I'm channeling energy and I'm speaking and I'm just a vessel. And again, like I say, I'm on my damn healing journey. I ain't speaking from no damn mountaintop. Look, I'm in the hood right now. Okay. So maybe I wouldn't call this the hood, but, I'm around black and brown folks. Literally black over here, brown over there. Like, you know, like I ain't in no fucking, hey, nah, I ain't in no damn high rise or whatever the hell. And you know, I don't really think I have I don't have no, what's it called to be that, because I like to have a garden in my back. See, I like to have a garden in my backyard. I like to have grass on the ground. I like to walk outside like with no shoes on and just be, you know, outside in my backyard, eat out there and all that stuff. And, you know, so, but I even think, I've lived in apartments and things like that, but I really wasn't into gardening then, you know. I'll build one. I'll build one wherever I'm at. But anyhow, send y'all love and light. But this is just a message that came through, and I'm back in my damn energy, as you can see, because I get very talkative. I'm channeling. I'm speaking on what I'm supposed to be speaking. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like that. But anyway, send y'all love and light. Peace.